Hello, everyone! Finally, the new 34th episode of Skibidi Invasion by Spidarrund came out a few days ago, and today I'll tell you everything that happened in this cool episode. And by the way, it came out almost instantly after episode 106 of Skibidi Wars by Virulence, so trust me, we're eating real good this week. So today, I'm not only going to fully analyze this episode, but I will also find all the secrets and Easter eggs that you could have missed on your own while watching it. Plus, I'll also talk about the secret scene that Spidarrund gave to us in the full version of episode 33. And this time will be a rare time when you'll see the Alliance actually losing it at some point. Are Skibidi toilets getting stronger than the Alliance now? And what results can it bring in the future? What are the special abilities of these new Skibidi mutants that seem to be just unstoppable? And most importantly, what will the Alliance have to do next to simply just survive? So if you want to find the answers to all these questions, then get your tea and snacks ready and prepare to watch this video to the end, because I saved the best part for later, just as always. And let's go! Okay, but before going straight to the new episode, I would like to say a few words about the secret scene that Spidarrund added in his full version of episode 33, as what happened in there is pretty important for the understanding of episode 34 as well. So this secret scene starts right after the ending events of episode 33, where our team of survivors finally dealt with the mysterious yellow orb and escaped while using the Blue Titan's body that he conveniently transformed into a spaceship for us. And just as we finally take off of this cursed Skibidi space base, we're getting transformed to the Alliance's laboratory where Crimson is present. The POV scientist gives her a thumbs up, but just when it could seem that everything is fine in games, an alarm system suddenly sets off, and I think it can kind of ruin the party for this cameraman with the bag of popcorn and the speakerman behind him, who really seems to be fond of dancing even in these hopeless times.
You are an idiot.
Okay, let's go.
But there is one person who isn't in the funny mood right now at all, though, and it's Arcadia. And I'm actually always up for seeing this huge purple lady, even when she seems to be a tad furious. Okay, but let's move on to what she's about to say to us. So Arcadia coldly requires a report from Crimson regarding the current situation, and it seems to me that our red girlie doesn't even know what exactly is going on, as she just answers that everything is clear. And it seems like the rest of the Alliance shares her opinion, but Arcadia has something totally different for us to say. She tells us that during that explosion on Skibidi Space Base, 3 more pods have been detected who got already launched. And to make things even worse, she adds that the average estimated size of those pods are equal to the size of the opponent that was fighting with their Titan. And then Arcadia suggests showing the degree of this disaster to the whole Alliance, so she plays a special clip on the TV screen for everyone to see. And in this clip, we see the forest location with multiple tanks that are shooting the enemies. And we're seeing everything from the POV of such a tank, which looked pretty cool in my opinion. And I wonder how exactly did Arcadia manage to get this clip out of this POV's memory? Is she able of accessing different POVs or something like that? Okay, so we can see that the Alliance is actually in some deep trouble here, as one of the pods that were mentioned by Arcadia before are rapidly coming closer to our tank, and no damage seems to be effective against it. So in the end, the whole area just gets wiped out when the pod crushes into the ground. It seems like at least one Titan is required from the Alliance's side to even manage to deal with these pods, while the regular agents are basically helpless. Okay, and then something really interesting happens as we're getting into a body of another cameraman POV who looks at the second camerawoman in front of him.
What?
And we briefly look at her and apparently say, "Female!" But unfortunately, it seems like this new camerawoman wasn't meant to live long enough anyways, as in the very next scene, the ship containing her and other cameramen gets seemingly exploded, and our POV seemed to be injured really badly in the end. But at least now we know that there can be multiple females of different races in Spidarrund's multiverse. And by the way, recently, Virulence started adding more female agents as well. And at the very last moment, we see the huge red Titan who is imposing the huge threat on this whole battlefield. And by the way, I got the information that the official name of this huge creature is Uber Champion. Okay, and on this hopeless note for the Alliance, this secret scene ending, leading us to the next episode. But before we'll finally dive into the actual analysis of episode 34, let me remind you to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel if you enjoy the content that I'm making, because I really appreciate your support. Okay, so if you are subscribed now, let's get back to the episode.
Yeah, boy.
So, the 34th episode starts with the fight between Skibidi toilets and the squad of cameramen agents. And I found it interesting how all of the agents that were present in this scene basically teamed up all their efforts and put down as many Skibidi as they could. And although they were doing really well in their confrontation with regular toilets, in this episode, you will learn that they won't be as lucky in the next couple of minutes. And to tell you even more, those first cameramen that we could see in the beginning of this episode won't really last long either, just as it happened with some members of the infiltration squad in episode 33. But you'll get what I mean better as you'll keep watching this video. Then we see how one of Skibidi toilets with the glasses tries to copycat the mini version of Astro Juggernaut from Boom's episode 75 and charge at the cameraman in front of him. But this guy didn't take into consideration that he's not Astro Toilet, and he doesn't even have any charging shields or heavy upgrades to pull off a move like that. So he just looks incredibly slow in that moment, and just one hit with the knife was enough to put him to sleep, which made the whole interaction between him and the Alliance's agents even more hilarious. So the big cameraman who put him down shows up a thumbs up, but unfortunately for him, just seconds after that, another enemy appeared on the horizon, and this time he seems to be much better prepared than the previous guy. And then he gets joined by another Skibidi mutant in the black helmet and the flying Skibidi toilet, who has his defenses up as well. But then it turns out that our squad has one real bad boy who's really good in operating this tank with the huge cannon on it. And okay, well, this dude looks incredibly cool with the equipment like that, and he was definitely frying up that Skibidi toilets. And as he cleared the way, he started moving further into the area while not expecting any more attacks from somebody else, and in the end it turned out to be a mistake after all. Because Skibidi toilets will show plenty of significant upgrades in this episode, which can even overcome the Alliance's technologies at one point. So in the next second, the tank cameraman Chad gets literally obliterated by a bunch of other Skibidi toilets that jumped at him out of the corner and left just a burning pile of metal from him. Press F, guys! And then the guy who landed the first fatal shot at the cameraman with the tank turns out to the survived cameramen and crushes into them as well. And by the way, at first I thought that it could be some sort of modified Astro mutant or something like that, considering that Skibidi race and Astro race are fighting on the same side in this universe. But some of my subscribers voiced out an idea that this guy could be a representative of the completely new race. So what do you guys think about it? Are mutants like him just severely modified and upgraded powerhouses, or are they really of some totally new race that Spidarrund introduced to us? I'm kind of in the middle regarding this theory right now, so I really want to hear your thoughts. And in the next couple of seconds, these freaks simply eliminate the large cameramen as if they were made out of butter. And man, these new mutants are so freaking dreadful in comparison with regular Skibidi and Astro toilets the Alliance used to fight with. So I believe that the bright days for the good old Alliance is definitely over now, and they'll be having it real bad from now on. But the Alliance still isn't done, because we see other huge pieces of the Alliance's machinery rolling out from behind. And by the way, in this moment we could notice another regular camerawoman. But I'm afraid that all these efforts would be in vain, because in the next scene the new dreadful Titan appears, and it's that exact Uber champion guy that we saw in the secret ending scene I talked about earlier. And well, it's time to say goodbye to some of the agents and machinery in this fight. And to be honest, I'm still in shock how the POV managed to stay alive for that long. And don't even get me started on that scene when Uber threw a whole freaking Ferris wheel at his opponents. It was sick as hell. So everyone, including the other camerawoman, pass away, and the POV stays the only one from his squad who is standing. Or almost the only one, because at the very last moment we see the drone robot who seems to come and aid his helpless brother. And although this robot looks sick as hell too, he's no threat to Uber when he's alone against him. So there's the second drone robot with the axe, and bro, are you kidding me? Who do you hope to slay with a weapon like that, and also being slower than a snail? Oh man, the Alliance's forces look just laughable in comparison to the Chads from this new dreadful race. So of course the drone robots go straight to heaven real quick with the help of their terrifyingly brutal enemies. And then we see something even crazier. An Astro Duchess lookalike raises the POV from the ground closer to her, and apparently this is the first female representative of this new race. And the POV tries to do exactly what the POV of the last part of episode 76 did to Astro Duchess. So she smiles kindly at him and just rips his head off with one swift movement of her finger. And this is how episode 34 ends, and well, what can I even say here? It was actually pretty depressing. The Alliance's forces look really miserable in comparison to this new dreadful race, and right now it seems like there's little hope for them to win, especially considering that Skibidi toilets are not on the Alliance's side in this multiverse, in contrast to the original Skibidi toilet by Boom. So I'm really wondering what we will see in the future episodes, and that was all for today. And be sure to subscribe to my channel so you will not miss my new videos, and also to my Discord where you can contact me directly and get lots of info for my subscribers only. And that was me, ISO Toilet. See ya!